Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a really powerful thinking tool that you've probably never heard of. But trust me, it might just change the way you look at complex problems. Let's get right into it. You know that feeling, right? You're staring at a huge project, or maybe a research paper, or you're just trying to get your thoughts in order, and you just feel completely stuck, lost in the weeds. It's something we've all felt. Well, what if there was a specific framework for that exact feeling? A system that has this small but incredibly passionate, almost cult-like following all over the world, built specifically to bring some clarity to all that chaos. And this isn't just going to be some dry, step-by-step tutorial. The story behind this tool is actually full of these fascinating, kind of counterintuitive truths. So let's peel back the layers and see what makes this thing so special. So what is this mysterious framework we've been talking about? Okay, it's called fractal gridding. At its core, this is basically what it looks like. The best way to think of it is like a map for your ideas. It's a visual way to take these huge, messy problems and break them down into neat, organized, and interconnected pieces. The official definition is a visual language for problem solving, but the real goal isn't just to fill out the boxes. It's to develop this deep, intuitive sense for how it all connects, or as its creator puts it, to feel the fractality. Now for our first big surprise. And that's that this is not just another productivity app you download and forget about. The passion from the people who use it, well, it's on another level entirely. And I am not exaggerating here. This is a direct observation from the source material. It's not about just kind of liking it. It's an active, enthusiastic obsession. And this passion is truly global. I mean, we're talking about dedicated FG Sundays in Sierra Leone. There's a global WhatsApp group connecting users from China to Europe. You've got people in Uganda using it. People are just creating their own spin-offs and teaching it in their classrooms, all on their own. It's a real grassroots movement. And you might think this is for a really specific type of person, but it's not. The community is incredibly diverse. It basically falls into 4 big groups: educators and researchers, creatives, students, and all kinds of knowledge workers. That broad appeal is a huge clue that there's something really powerful going on here. Okay, let's move on to our second surprise, because this one reveals this really fascinating paradox. See, the thing that makes fractal gridding so powerful is also its single biggest challenge. So here's the tension. On the one hand, its greatest strength is that it's a universal framework. You can apply it to literally any problem you can think of. But that's also its biggest weakness. I mean, how do you explain a tool that does everything? It just sounds abstract and becomes really hard for people to wrap their heads around. And this all boils down to a key piece of strategic advice. You can't sell a platform. A tool that claims to solve everything for everyone needs a really specific, concrete way in to show people what it can actually do. So here's a perfect example of that. Instead of trying to replace a famous tool like the business model canvas, fractal grading just makes it better. You can take any single box on that canvas, let's say customer segments, and then explode it out into its own detailed grid. Suddenly, you get this incredible depth of analysis, but without ever losing sight of the big picture. That right there makes its abstract power totally tangible. This brings us to our third surprise, and this one is a really human one. It turns out the tool has found this unexpected and incredibly powerful role as a genuine cognitive aid, especially for neurodivergent users. For this group of users, fractal gridding isn't just about getting more done. It's actually a fundamental tool for thinking. It's a way to bring structure and clarity to thought processes that can sometimes feel chaotic. And you see this in specific stories from the community. For instance, a user named Grady said it was invaluable for managing their ADHD and just organizing thoughts. Another user, Danielle, is applying it professionally in the field of speech-language pathology. What this really shows is that the framework's value isn't just about organization. It's truly cognitive. It helps bring clarity to all different types of minds, which really underlines its potential as a universal thinking tool. All right, on to our final surprise, which is all about the future. The strategy for sharing this tool with the rest of the world is, well, just as unique as the tool itself. It all starts with this really fun personal detail about the creator, Dr. Rod King. Apparently, he's obsessed with magic. And believe it or not, this isn't just a fun fact, it is the key to the entire growth strategy. See, that passion for magic directly inspires the core philosophy for spreading the idea, show, don't tell. Just like a great magic trick, the point isn't to explain all the mechanics behind the curtain. The goal is to create that aha moment, that bit of wonder where the abstract idea suddenly clicks and becomes crystal clear. And this leads to a beautifully counterintuitive strategy. I mean, forget about typical tech marketing. The plan is to create educational comics, to tell compelling stories, not just list features. And the single biggest piece of advice they got? Go old school. Write a New York Times bestseller about how it can be applied to business problems. So when you boil it all down, the crucial point is this. Fractal gridding isn't just another productivity hack or some new kind of organizational chart. It's a fundamentally different way of seeing and structuring the world around you. And that really leaves us with a final question. In a world that is just full of specialized apps and tools, what complex problem in your life could you solve not with a better tool, but just with a completely new way of seeing?